A faint glow refuses to stay in one place. Astronomers point their instruments north. The glow is there. They turn south. It is still there. They look toward crowded regions of space and then toward emptier ones. Nothing changes. The glow remains. Everything humanity has ever observed appears in front of it. Every star, every galaxy, every distant object ever recorded seems to sit against the same pale background. At first, that creates an unsettling possibility.
For generations, the expectation had been simple. Keep looking farther and farther into space, and eventually something more distant would appear. The search would continue. Now the search seems to be running into the same thing everywhere. The glow does not move aside. It does not break apart. It does not reveal anything beyond it. Instead, it surrounds the sky in every direction, as though a horizon has finally appeared. For the first time, it becomes possible to imagine that the boundary has already been found, that the hunt for the edge is no longer unfinished. And if that is true, one possibility immediately becomes impossible to ignore: what lies beyond it. The idea feels solid right up until the measurements improve. The glow still surrounds the sky. It still appears behind everything ever observed. Nothing about its appearance suggests the earlier conclusion is wrong. But the closer it is examined, the less it behaves like a wall. A wall has a location. A wall can be approached. A wall sits somewhere. This does not. The signal is measured again and again. The expectation seems straightforward. If the glow is a wall, then it should sit somewhere beyond the galaxies, somewhere beyond the most distant objects ever observed, somewhere at the edge. But the measurements refuse to reveal any such location. The glow is not waiting behind the universe. It is arriving from the past. Suddenly, the entire picture reverses. Humanity thought it had found the edge of space. Instead, it had found the oldest visible light. The wall remains visible, yet the wall itself disappears. The glow remains exactly where it was. The sky still appears enclosed by it. Every observation still runs into the same limit. Yet the supposed wall now has a strange property. It exists as something that can be detected, measured, and studied, but not as something that can be traveled to. The consequence is immediate. If the glow is not a physical boundary, then observation is stopping for a different reason. The horizon is still there. Only the wall has disappeared, and the new problem is harder than the first. Why does everything stop at the same place if there is no place there at all? The new possibility feels almost reassuring. The horizon no longer looks like a wall. It begins to look like a delay. More time passes. Better instruments arrive. Regions that once seemed inaccessible enter the observable record. The visible universe keeps growing. For a moment, the conclusion feels obvious. Perhaps nothing is truly hidden. Perhaps some parts of reality are simply waiting for their light to arrive. The comforting explanation lasts only until the horizon is examined more carefully. If seeing farther is simply a matter of waiting, then every hidden region should eventually come into view. The visible universe should keep growing until the missing parts finally arrive. But the observations begin pointing somewhere else. Space is not standing still while the light travels. The most distant regions are already pulling away, not drifting, not moving aside, receding. And the farther away those regions are, the harder they become to reach with observation. That creates a problem that waiting cannot solve. Astronomers can imagine light leaving a distant region and starting a journey toward Earth. The expectation seems simple. Given enough time, the signal should eventually arrive. But some regions are retreating in a way that changes the outcome. The signal is still moving,
Time is still passing, yet the gap does not close. The destination keeps pulling away. The old strategy begins to fail. Better observations still reveal new territory. More time still brings new information. But the assumption underneath that progress no longer survives. Not everything hidden is merely delayed. The implication is easy to miss. Those regions do not sit behind a temporary curtain. They are not waiting for a better telescope. They are not waiting for a future generation of astronomers. Their future light will never arrive. Not next century, not next million years, not even after the remaining lifetime of the cosmos. The information is simply unreachable. The horizon stops behaving like a temporary limitation. It starts behaving like a boundary that observation cannot cross. The consequence is difficult to avoid. There are parts of reality that patience cannot recover. No future telescope fixes the problem. No amount of waiting guarantees access. The horizon remains. And now a far larger question begins to emerge. If observation is permanently confined to one side of that boundary, how much lies beyond it? The realization arrives quietly. Humanity maps stars, galaxies, clusters, and structures stretching across the deepest regions ever observed. The visible universe grows larger. The catalog expands. The horizon moves outward. Yet the boundary never disappears. And according to current cosmology, there is no requirement that it should. The region that can be observed does not have to represent the universe. It may represent only the universe visible from one location. That sounds like a small difference. It is not. The observable universe and the universe itself stop meaning the same thing. That possibility changes the scale of the problem immediately. Everything ever photographed, every galaxy survey, every distant structure discovered across the sky, every observation accumulated throughout human history, all of it may exist inside a limited local region. Beyond the horizon, the universe may continue far beyond anything currently visible, vastly farther than the portion that observation can ever reveal. The consequence follows directly from the boundary itself. If some regions can never send future light that reaches us, then no future technology changes the outcome. No telescope overcomes the limitation. No amount of waiting allows observation to spread everywhere. The unseen regions do not remain hidden because instruments are insufficient. They remain hidden because they lie beyond the horizon observation can access. The final picture is not a universe that ends where visibility ends. Visibility ends first. The horizon arrives first. Observation stops first. The universe does not have to stop at all. Everything humanity has ever photographed, every galaxy ever mapped, every structure ever discovered across cosmic history, all of it may exist inside a single observable region, surrounded by reality that can never be seen from here. The unsettling possibility is not that the universe has an edge, it is that the overwhelming majority of it may remain forever beyond observation.